Just a quick update today to follow up on yesterday to show how the markets followed through. As would be expected, the Asian and European markets fell hard during their trading day today. And I might add, cryptos didn't do well either, as represented by Bitcoin, which is just hanging on for dear life to 20,000. And that's basically a description of the American market today too. Hanging on for dear life. Okay. Hanging on around Dow 31,000 and S&P 3,800. Bouncing around, roughly around that level all day long. Very ragged pattern. Trying desperately to not go any lower. Tried to punch it up once in the afternoon yet again, came right back down again, and then they spent the tail end of the day bouncing around wildly, relatively speaking, intraday moves, bouncing around wildly right around Dow 31,000 again, absolutely desperately trying to stay above that level, but bouncing around above it and below it, significantly below it, along much of the time along the way, and ending up just above 31,000. Okay, interest rates are also hanging in there above 3% on the 10-year note, basically around 3.1%. They are not coming, I did say they would stair step up, not go straight up. So once they hit that high, they've been coming back down a bit, some more or less going sideways in the process in the big picture. But they're still holding above 3%, haven't really made it below 3.1% yet, and I expect them to go higher again soon. Question is how quickly that will happen, bearing in mind that we only have 2 trading days left in this week, one of which is a Friday again. Friday is always a bit of a special case, and then we're followed by another long weekend, another market holiday weekend, market holiday on Monday. So we may not see much until next week in that regard. At any rate, bottom line, I might also add oil prices are back up again too, but they never went below $100 to begin with. Okay, now they're up around 110 again. That doesn't help matters either. That's probably part of the reason why the American market was just hanging on for dear life today, quite basically literally. Very ragged pattern as it bounced around all over the place. In a fairly narrow range is what I'm saying, but not moving steadily is the point. Okay, and so it's not a good sign for where things are going. Okay, but we'll have to see what happens on Thursday and Friday, and then we won't know more till middle of next week anyway at the rate things are going. This is the first time, as noted in a previous video, that we have 2 back-to-back market holidays just 2 weeks apart. Normally the market, deals with the holiday and then has to get back to reality for a while before the next market holiday comes along. This is the first time that that is not the case, where there are 2 market holidays basically back to back, just 2 weeks apart. Okay, I will say one other thing, just as a reference point in there. The Fed chairman was speaking again today, but not to the Americans. He was apparently at a conference of central bankers in Portugal. Okay, but the American media follows him around wherever he goes. And so they were there too to hear him speak and to broadcast the quotes. And what he basically said there too, bearing in mind this was not an official testimony like the one a few days ago. Okay, this was just him informally speaking at a central banker event. But the bottom line is that he basically said he still thinks there's a pretty good chance that he can pull off a soft landing in America. I have my doubts about that. Part of the reason I'm doing these videos. But he also said, he tacked onto that, added onto that, that there's no guarantee, no certainty that he'll actually be able to do it. Okay? I suspect the markets reacted accordingly. Oh, we heard what we wanted to, but we kind of also heard what we didn't want to, so now what do we make of this? Okay. He especially emphasized again that with all the headwinds of recent months, the same thing he told the lawmakers in the U.S. in the end, it's making the job much more difficult. It is my contention, and has been all along, that these extra difficult sorts of developments would eventually come up and make the job of the central bank at least next to impossible in the big picture, if not actually really, truly impossible, totally impossible. Okay? I think things are very quickly developing in that direction, and the Fed will become overwhelmed in the not too distant future. Not right away, not in the next few days, okay? Probably not even in the next couple of weeks, okay? And exactly when it'll happen in a law against recessions environment is anyone's guess, okay? In terms of exactly when it'll happen, but at the rate things are developing, it won't take a really long time anymore. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these videos. Anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow and Friday, and see how that fits in with what's happened so far, and then see what happens early next week. That is to say Tuesday and Wednesday, Monday is a holiday, and then we'll go from there.